All right, welcome in Vendetta Sports Daily Show. I don't know what we're calling this. What are we calling this? Do we have a name for it yet?
Uh, The Daily Show. I have no clue.
I I mean, I guess. I don't know.
For now,
Yeah, for now. If,
tentatively,
if somebody has a better name, feel free, you know, come
drop it
up
in the
with it.
comments.
Yeah, throw it in the comments. Sure. We have a lot to go over. This is our first daily show. It's going to be a setup of Vendetta events, going over the day of sports, and then kind of weird internet side tangents that we go on. So
As
I don't
always.
know. Chickster's supposed to be here. Uh, Jackson's supposed to be here. So we're not off to a great start.
No, we're not quite. But hey, we got two here. It's not bad. You and me.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, where do we want to start? Do we want to do a quick maybe Vendetta rundown of the departed employees?
Might as well because the list is growing.
It's been a long, actually, an ever growing list this week.
So unfortunate. It's been a rough week for the intern class.
Well, not even just the intern class, like normal columnists have gone too. So,
Really?
well, we could start. Why don't we start there?
Let's start there.
Q90 Degrees is out.
Oh, yeah.
The WWE Q90 Degrees guy is out. I knew he had probably written his last blog after he removed himself from the random chat. I don't know where people can find this blog because I don't remember the exact title. But for those that remember the infamous guy that said Conor McGregor broke his leg on purpose.
Oh God.
Do you remember? Do you know what that title's called? That Carl wrote?
God, I don't know.
We'll find it. We'll have to find it and link it. The same guy that said Conor McGregor broke his leg on purpose removed himself from the random chat. Q90 Degrees is now the second person to ever remove themselves from the random chat. I knew his time was probably over then. I gave him feedback on his first article, just totally ignored me, and then continued to comment in the WWE section. Wasn't great. So then he kind of fell off the face of the earth. He was tagged a couple times in that section, didn't respond to anybody, right? Basically said he was having issues with his phone or something. Let me pull up the WWE chat just so I have that like perfect. Don't want to mess it up.
Which, while you're doing that, can I just say that those who remove themselves from channels instead of just like deleting Slack altogether are looking for the attention. They have to be. Because why else wouldn't you just cease all communication whatsoever? Why would you remove yourself from a channel? Unless you're looking for the attention for the comment of, hey, why'd you do this?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Anybody that removes themselves from the random chat clearly doesn't want to be in the mix here anyway. That's
right.
Fine. So Max Everett goes on. He's talking to Q90 Degrees. He eventually got back to him. I don't know where or how he got back to him, but he said he wasn't getting notifications on his phone from Slack. I mean, he was gone for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
There should never be a reason why Max Everett is chasing someone down. Like if he was not able to like access Slack or having problems on there, wouldn't you say something before 3 or 4 weeks go by?
Or maybe just hop on your computer and
Something.
access Slack that way. Is that crazy?
Anything. I have it on my computer. I don't know. So I commented and said basically anybody that removes themselves from the random chat probably doesn't want to be here. And then Mark Izzo of all people said he barely responded, to be honest. So once Mark said he didn't want him back,
over. Forget it.
It was game over. Like
Get him out of
there
here.
was maybe a slimmer of hope, but when Mark
and then Mark Izzo buried him.
Mark has done enough work to where I respect his opinion on those things. So if he wants to say he's done, he's done. That's fair. That's valid. That's a message to Mark Izzo. He's earned the right to say that.
Shout out Mark Izzo.
Yeah. All right, let's do a quick rundown of the other departures. So we already went over Jackson D'Angelo. That's old news. If you want to go find that, it's on the YouTube channel. Second pick overall. Actually, we'll wait for Chickster to get here because that's his guy.
Tough.
Right? Yeah, hopefully he's here by the time. The new one today, Booze Guy. Booze Guy's gone. Booze Guy Andrew Stratton's gone. Now this one is interesting. Can we send Max Everett a link? Actually, let's do a little.
Yes.
Let's do a little adaptation on the first Daily Show.
I
would absolutely love to get his take on this. Oh, by the way, the Puppers is over here too. Wait. Yeah, I got to point in the opposite direction here. Puppers. He's right there. So if you could see him, shout out Max. All right, while we're waiting on that, why don't we move to does anybody even know we're live?
Well, those at the company who follow the Twitch get notifications when we go live. So
True. What was your takeaway while we're waiting for that? What was your takeaway on Griffin's appearance of Cheese?
He looked kind of timid at first to be on camera.
I don't think he understood the concept of the show.
No,
I don't think he did bad. I just don't think he understood the concept of the show.
For a first time being on Cheese, it could have gone a lot worse.
Yes,
but the more he gets used to it, the more appearances he has on the YouTube in front of the camera talking to other folks here, he'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine. I don't think he actually understood anything that was going on.
No, maybe not, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So we kept that episode short. I don't know who's doing it this week, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, I wanted to open that up because there was a further discussion that probably should be talked about more so by the people that know who this is. Did you have any takeaway to the Nicole Overton thing, reaching out to me?
I don't remember who Nicole Overton is.
That's the one that Carl sent packing, remember? He said it's his finest moment.
I don't. I unfortunately don't remember at all.
Chickster, do you remember Nicole Overton?
Oh yeah, fuck her.
Did you hear about that story?
Did I hear about that story?
Yeah.
Oh, about yeah, I know the whole thing. Like Carl wanted a
new story.
There's a new one?
New story.
Oh.
We didn't get I wanted to talk about this now because we didn't get the proper reaction at a Griffin on Cheese.
Okay.
So Nicole Overton messages me on Twitter and basically says, I've always respected your passion for sports, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, get to the point. And she's like, so she's working for some company and says, we are offering paid and unpaid internships to anyone passionate about sports. Basically tried to offer me a job as an unpaid intern and then suggested that I should also lend my employees to her as well.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So,
see, this is the reaction I needed. I didn't get anything out of Griffin because he didn't know any better, but it's fine.
Okay, so you're telling me this.
Your mic cut out.
And she like.
There it goes.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get my. I don't know, man. I'm trying. It's not working. Anyway, she came in and was like, "Hey, you know, we're gonna do this. No one hears from her for 3 months, right? And then she came back and was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this. And then that's when I kind of had my run in with her. I was like, "That's cool and all, but we're gonna need to hear more from you. You can't just pop in and out and then start demanding shit like this, especially if you're demanding shit from me like that. That shit doesn't work with me, right?" And then like now she left. You know, Carl voted her out, and that was one of the best moments ever. I love that.
He said so himself. So
yeah, and then now she's like, well, you know what? That Trey guy, he's pretty good. So not a leader of a media company or anything, but just he's all right, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and offer him an internship, maybe get some of his guys to like. I was like, did you even know what you were doing at the company? Like, do you not know like did you not even talk to Trey? Because that's fucking.
I have no idea what company she even works for or how high up the ladder or what she's doing, but wow, I actually felt like 25% disrespect. I thought
25.
Yeah.
You?
Because there's a decent chance she's just brain dead. But I mean, wow.
Garrett, or not Garrett, but Trey, you feel disrespected whenever like someone just doesn't agree with you.
I felt disrespected from Sean Allen just posting his own article. So yeah, that's true.
So I just don't know why you said 25%. I thought it would have been like 104%.
Yes, that number seems low.
Yeah, like 25. Like you must be changing on me. If
Nah,
that was only 25.
it's just like I would say going in, I didn't have any expectations for it.
Is this like a consider the source kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay. I can agree with that.
When I first got the message, I was like, let's see what this is about.
It was just curiosity. It's just like,
and it was definitely not what I expected, but wow, was it something.
You got to laugh out of it, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's why it wasn't. That's why it's 25%. Is because you laughed about it. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
I giggled for a good hour.
A good giggle.
Yeah.
Trey, I'm just glad you're passionate, man. I'm glad you're passionate about sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's you're for someone that's passionate, you do pretty well for yourself. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? That's crazy. The first thing that every intern is told is, passionate about sports isn't good enough. So it's good that she learned a thing or two while she was here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we started a little bit ago, but I wanted to get your take on Quinten. He was the second pick, right?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
When we had our first conversations, I was just like, "Oh, this guy's not going to make it."
That's not surprising.
That like, if he would have made it, he would have been a bag donuts kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think if he would have made it, he would have been a Coulson.
Oh yeah. How is he even here still?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
he would have done enough to pass and then not.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I was having. He was like, this is what stuck out to me. He was like, should I ask Jackson about the NBA videos and stuff? I don't want to overstep. And I was just like, overstep what? Like, fuck, bro. Like, overstep everything. Like, you know what? He's like, I was like, I think something came out about talking shit or something. And he's like, well, I don't want to make it. And he was like, I'm like, Trey embraces it. Like that is the culture. Like, you're gonna have to buy into that. Because if you don't, you're gonna get eaten alive. Unless you were Andrew McGinnis, where you're just good enough that no one really talks shit to you, just because. You know what I mean? Like, but no, I was just reading. I was like, oh my god.
Like, you don't have to necessarily talk shit, but you better be, smart.
Well, that too. Well, yeah. I was just like, I don't know. Like, I was just like, but you know what? We were talking about, and he would ask me questions, and I was just like, you didn't even pay attention in the meeting, did you?
No, not even. Dude, he asked me where the featured image was.
And I was like, man, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, he asked me that too, and I was just like, dude, I went over this, and like, I understand like the harder questions, the little bit harder to find stuff. I understand that, but the basic ass shit.
It took him like 2 hours to find where to put the featured image.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm kind of dumb, and I was just like, hey, it's okay. But I was just like, yeah, no. I'm like, I'm like 1 for 7 on drafting.
You're better than Mayock.
Dang.
I don't know if that's all true.
So
he's got 2.
I was trying to boost your ego.
He got Max Crosby and Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, so you only got 1. You gotta get one more pick in it.
I gotta get someone in there. You know what I mean? Like I gotta get the. Yeah, I was.
Anyway, for those that want a little bit more context, I do have a blog out on the site. All you got to do is type in fake news, Vendetta Sports Media on Google. You'll probably be able to find it. Quinten, my guy, man, he just he couldn't understand why I told him to do somebody is overrated post and why it wasn't acceptable to write a blog titled "Why the Bucks Can't Win the NBA Finals with Drew Holiday."
When they did.
When they've already done it, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. People can have opinions. I don't care about people having opinions, but we're not going to put out fake news.
Would it have been better if you said the Bucks can't win again with Drew Holiday?
I mean, we would have been moving in the right direction.
but not necessarily better. But
well, I mean,
we
the
would've
prompt I
been
gave
funny.
him, it just didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But
well, sometimes people just get a little too cutesy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, write an overrated post. Okay, you think Drew Holiday is overrated?
done.
But the title's
Drew
right
Holiday
You've
there.
just done it. You've just done it. You've already accomplished more than he did.
Yeah, like you don't have to get cutesy with it, and I mean that's a message to all the interns. Like you don't have to get cutesy with it. Like hey, like I told people, like dude, put it just a fucking overrated post. Just do that.
My favorite thing in the world is when he didn't get it. I said, all right, we got to move you to video editing for now until you start figuring this stuff out. And a position that he applied for, he was going to do NBA videos, which you just said he wanted to do with Prosser. So he could have been the one speaking, editing them. Like he would have been in the mix for NBA content. And that wasn't good enough for him.
See, and that's what it doesn't make sense to me. It's just like, okay, you wanted to do the NBA. Like, you know what? You sucked at the blogging, but like at that point, you know, you kind of fucked up on the blogging enough, especially if you were in the meeting but didn't pay attention in the meeting.
Yeah.
That like now you need to get in the good graces. So it's like, okay, if you say you know a thing or two about NBA, okay, I'm giving you another chance in a different line. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you do a video.
Like you don't think you could have learned one thing from Prosser?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's got pride, man. I have pride.
Pride. If he had any fucking pride, he would have done it.
Well, you know, it's beneath him.
Why would you want to be known as the fake news guy? That's not having pride.
I don't know, man. Ask Sean Allen. You know what I mean? You know what's funny is I don't even know anything about that guy. I just know that Trey hates him and he does fantasy hockey for ESPN. That's the only thing I know. That's the only two things about it. And then something about Kessler. He had Kessler rated really high and he wasn't supposed to or something. Yeah. And yeah, that's the only thing I really know about him. I just know Trey hates him.
He said Phil Kessler was going to have a 70-point season. I think he's at like 12.
Yeah, you know what's funny is this like Sean Allen didn't do anything to Trey.
No.
And Trey just went like he's like, you're my target. Fuck you. Fuck you. And then, you know what I'm saying?
You should watch the video I put out today. For those that are watching, watch the video I put out today. He literally wrote a column being like, you know, those companies that do like daily fantasy picks, that kind of stuff. He put out a column like, hey, make sure like Jake Ottinger's in your lineup. Like you've seen the fantasy lineups. Like it's just not how it works. Like if he plays that day, he goes into the lineup. If he doesn't play that day, he doesn't go into the lineup.
Right.
But he's writing like multiple paragraphs. Make sure Brandon Montour's in your lineup. It's like, well, there's only 4 games on today, and you have like 20 spots. So they're not all going to be filled. So the guys that are playing go into your lineup.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know anything. Like I just know Sean Allen's an idiot compared to Trey. And usually that's good enough for me for most.
It's not even just idiot. Like you could do a 5-year-old could do his job.
I could do his job.
No question.
Ah, there you go.
You don't know anything about hockey. I guarantee you to have better blogs than him.
I probably would.
They'd be more entertaining, that's for sure.
Sometimes you just gotta fake it till you.
How you feeling about Pupper?
They'll give you a good read for sure.
Yeah, for sure. The Pupper's a nice addition.
Yeah.
It's Max, right?
Yeah.
Max is chilling.
Max Mediano.
What a name.
Yeah.
What a name.
And then the last guy, Booze guy, Andrew Stratton today, Gonzo.
Who?
The Booze guy, Andrew.
What's his name? Andrew Bootson?
No, he hasn't completed any posts yet, but the guy with all the liquor in the room on the side.
I believe you.
Milo's pick.
Let me tell you, I believe you.
Okay.
Like that was never in question. I believe wholeheartedly that you know what you're talking about because I do not, but it's okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, I think his new nickname is the Powder. Nobody in the history of this company has ever pouted about something more than this guy. So
pouted?
Yo, total powder, total whiny powder. He literally didn't get any of his topics approved. Would just freeball shit. just wanted to go, Max, I'm trying to talk about your Andrew Stratton, not your guy, but the guy that he gave some feedback to on a gaming blog. And his response was, well, I'm just not going to write about gaming.
Talk about pouting, man. That is a pouting move, man.
Yeah, big powder. Big powder. Nobody cleared any of his blogs. I got a message from Milo saying, no, he didn't clear anything from him. I thought that somebody else was because he wasn't messaging me about it. So, yeah, none of his blogs were cleared. He turned in a Cowboys 49ers game recap that was 17 hours old at the time. That's just never going to get published. So,
Oh, yeah. I saw that you said something like nope. You're just like, nope.
amateurhour.com.
Yeah.
I'll take very, very slight blame for this situation only because last week Trey told me that I was going to mentor him because I don't have a mentee because Jackson's gone, right? He told me like last week. He said, "Hey, message this guy. You're gonna mentor him." I was like, "Yep, got it." I forgot to. I'm gonna lie. And so Trey messages me today and he goes, "Hey, did he clear this by you?" And I'm like, "Listen, Chief, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you." I didn't even message.
I don't even care. Can we get Max Everett in here if possible?
He said he's in bed, so I don't think he's going to
That's
be joining.
fine.
He said he's going to make an official comment. He's going to release an official statement in the comments. So I think he's typing up something right now.
It's 1:20 where he's at.
It is late for him.
First of all, you don't know Max Everett very well if you think he's asleep.
Well, obviously,
I know he's not asleep because he just commented something.
Nobody is more committed to staying up past unreasonable hours than Max Everett.
All right.
Okay.
What?
He's in England. I will get messages from him, and I'll check the time, and it's like 4 a.m. Max Everett. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing awake?
Okay. Why are you telling him how to live his life? He can do whatever he wants. He does. If he's in bed and doesn't want to be part of it, he doesn't have to.
Yeah, let him know.
Yeah. God damn, what are we running? Just tyranny over here.
The powder's gone. I mean, it was fair criticism from Max. Like, all he told him was, hey, instead of writing a review on a review, why don't you do a review?
Yeah.
His article was about IGN's review. Maybe do your own review.
That's not smart.
Right. So it's just normal feedback. We weren't blasting the guy. We weren't saying anything because he wasn't getting his topics approved or running anything from people. So,
well, sometimes mommies and daddies don't tell their kids they're not that special, but you know.
Well, this kid, University of Penn, so he's supposed to be smart. He's just a powder. It was the problem.
I literally just said, mommies and daddies sometimes tell their kids they're just not that special, and that seems to be like it looks like he hasn't faced adversity to where he's like, well, I don't get to do this.
Yeah, right, right.
My mama always called me special, but she always called me Ed afterwards. I didn't quite understand it.
My name wasn't Ed.
Mama says.
My mama says.
Mama says. Mama says.
My mama said, life is like a box of chocolates.
All right, I got a few more things before. I got a few more things before we go over all the games.
All right.
So I got an email from a lady called Lisa. She is like a big head honcho over at WorkIn Sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing good.
It's just I thought you were gonna do something a little bit more unique than Lisa. That's just like I don't know. It just made me laugh. You're like,
do you want me to say her
this
full
lady
name?
called
just
Lisa.
Yeah. Lisa over at WorkIn Sports. Pretty big platform actually. Like I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but you have to actually pay to be on there. Like it's like special access to certain different kinds of jobs. You have to like pay a subscription fee. So
okay.
She reaches out and says, hey, I saw your graphic design posting. Would you mind if we added it to our platform? I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm about to get good new candidates. Let's do it. I'm fine with that. Sure. Why not? So I get on there and I'm like, hey, I can't edit anything. Like I couldn't edit the posting at all. It was listed under New York, New York. So I emailed the lady and I'm like, hey, I can't edit this at all. Like we're not a New York based company. Like what's the deal here? And she's like, oh, well, you have to pay a subscription to edit the listing. So I'm like, hold on a second. You're the one that emailed me and said you wanted our thing on there. Don't then turn around and say, well, you can't edit the listing. Is like, we're not a New York company. I didn't put that in there. It's like,
she's looking at you like cash, like the dollar
Like
sign.
cash
She's
money.
like, yeah,
It's
she's like, I'm gonna get this guy on
But,
a
like,
subscription.
if you're gonna say that I can put a thing on there, at least let me put it on there. She like, I couldn't touch
She
it.
just took it. She just went,
Yoink.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we were getting all fake candidates. We got like 16 candidates from New York. It's like, that's not what we are. Can I please edit this? She's like, no, you got to pay the subscription or whatever. So I told the lady to fuck off, and we're not doing this.
Tell her to pound sand.
Yeah.
well, now who's the powder now?
Her.
And she's pouting because she missed out on them dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah. And she's still emailing me. She sent me like 6 emails since that time.
Well, she probably watched the video and she's thirsty for you now.
What video?
Any video on our YouTube?
Oh, she saw you curling 185. And
That's
like,
what it is. She saw you curling that bar to your forehead.
She's like, ew.
Oh my.
All
You
right.
put her on.
That's funny.
I hope he lifts me to his forehead like that.
I don't. It's only 7:30 here, guys. That's the late night show. Okay, that's the late night.
It is late night. It's already late night. All right. How about I don't know if this is like a big topic, but I got blocked by another guy, another big sports reporter.
W.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Sean Allen soon.
Actually, I'll never get blocked by Sean Allen because he actually doesn't do his job. If you go to Sean Allen's Twitter profile, he has about 5 tweets a year because he doesn't repost his stuff. I would think that would be a requirement as an ESPN employee to like try to get more viewers, but he doesn't do his job. So I probably won't get blocked by Sean Allen.
Bummer.
Damn.
God, because I know that article is going to be electric if the day ever comes that he gets blocked. Ooh. That's going to be good stuff.
I haven't checked. I might be by now, but he tweets like 5 things a year. So
Damn. He's not on the bird. You know what I mean?
yeah. You would think as an ESPN.com employee that it would be pretty easy to get more viewers on there though, but that's not Sean Allen. He doesn't do his job.
I don't know, man.
Peter Abraham of the Boston Globe, Red Sox writer. He is not a fan of Trey. Not a fan of Trey. Actually, he accidentally followed me, so I have that screenshot. He accidentally followed me, but it turned out he was just trying to block me, so he must have hit the wrong button. But
Fat fingered it.
Yeah, he is a
Ooh,
chubby,
a hefty fella.
Not that matters. It's just Garrett was the one to say that, so I figured I would put some context.
Damn, bad shaming. That's crazy.
Trey doesn't do that.
Cancel Garrett.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
We're up to the Senior Bowl guy and Peter Abraham. Got another one.
Oh yeah, Jim Nagy.
Jim Nagy.
Why
and the Senior Bowl account.
You? Why did he block you?
It's funny that
you don't know the actual story.
I don't think I know the full story. I think I know the gist of it. But
when he got hired, they changed the broadcasting rights from NFL Network to ESPN. So NFL Network used to get all the practices. They'd air the first day, the second day, and the third day. They'd have a recap show after the practices, which they still have. And then they'd also do the games. But since Jim Nagy took over, NFL Network doesn't get the practices. They only get the 1 hour recap. And then ESPN gets the practices. So what happened is when a couple weeks down the line, ESPN started putting him on all of their shows. So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. ESPN got the broadcasting rights. And then this guy's going on the shows? Doesn't really seem to add up. Like if he's really doing his job, negotiating the best deal, is he really including himself in this package? Like what kind of piece of shit does that? Like he really switched the broadcasting rights just to get himself on TV.
Yeah.
Not a great look. I called him out for it. Blocked. So
he didn't even give you a chance.
What I think is that's 100% accurate that he fucked with the TV rights to get himself on ESPN.
That's crazy. He was just like he was not playing with your ass.
Yet
And the
still
fact that he
sends
blocked
people
me
there.
probably proves that.
Yeah. Well, damn.
So
I didn't know that.
little hidden agenda by Jim Maggie.
So you think if you ever apply to go to Senior Bowl, automatic decline?
See, I don't even want to risk it because then they'll maybe like, oh, this is the guy. Then they'll decline all of our people.
Oh.
So I don't even want to risk it. I'd rather just, Garrett and everybody else go.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah. But I am blocked by the Senior Bowl account too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So he was in charge of both profiles, and he just said,
And
"Hey,
then
block this guy."
Yeah, he went from one login to the other on Twitter.
Yeah.
Once he did that, I really started to hammer him.
Yeah. You're like, he waged war. You just said, "Hey, this isn't right."
Yeah.
He waged war, and you're like,
Mhm.
"All right, motherfucker, let's
This
go."
is 100% disrespect.
Yeah.
Trey only felt a little bit of disrespect earlier. This is what 100% looks like.
Yeah.
He's like,
This isn't
"Block
even
me."
100%.
He's like, "Block me, block me."
Nobody was more disrespectful this month than Arav's message.
What are you talking about?
Like, it's one thing to disrespect me. I can take shots. Take shots at me. I don't care. But if you're gonna disrespect the company, I don't like that. You know? Don't say it's a platform that nobody reads, that nobody cares about.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I
that.
remember that.
No go. Like this place is a great place. Like don't shame the place. You know?
Arav has some weird hills that he dies on.
He'll disappear for like weeks and weeks and then come back and
It's
drop
like-
something like that and then he'll leave again.
It's like, man, like again, I have no problem. Go take shots at me. You want to disagree with me? Go ahead. But like to say bad things about this place, that rubs me the wrong way.
Cam Moose does a good job of dropping in, saying his little piece. And then
Yeah,
just
I have no issue with that stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just when you say bad things about this place,
yeah,
I don't
no,
like
rubs you the wrong way.
yeah. Got a few more things.
All right.
Before we get to the games. How about the SB Nation layoffs? Do we have an official statement from anybody?
Yeah, go ahead.
It seems like a bold strategy to me that SB Nation going into they cut off, like, for Alex, for you,
Thank you,
cut off
'cause you
most
knew I had
of
no
their
idea.
soccer, like almost all of their soccer coverage, specifically MLS, and cut off like 90% of their NHL content.
Yeah, they fired their entire MLS department and then 90% of their hockey blogs.
Even though I think MLS is about to start soon and hockey is like in the thick of it, basically. They decided, nope, we're done. That's a recipe for disaster. Like the heads at SB Nation have to realize that, like, what the fuck are they doing? But hey, it's gonna work out well for us because we're already in there. We're picking, we're choosing, we're pulling.
That's what it's all about, man. You just gotta play the game.
I want to actually extend that. Chickster, let's say you're working at SB Nation right now. Wouldn't you
Fuck
just
those
want
guys.
out?
All right.
Let's say you survive this round of cuts. Aren't you going out there and seeing other options at this point?
Well, sometimes when you see that, you're like, "Fuck, am I next?" And it's the writing on the wall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're just like, "Okay, I'm blessed to be here," but then it's just like, I'm here for a few more months before something else happens. I
Right.
need to, I need to start looking.
Like
You gotta
if
have
they,
those
if they
backup
already
plans, you know what I mean?
chopped their MLS and NHL stuff, let's say you're an NBA guy. Are you looking around the
Which-
corner?
They're already cutting some NBA folks too.
Right.
They cut NBA folks as well. It's the layoffs in that department isn't nearly as drastic as specifically MLS. They're cutting people. They're cutting NBA people too.
So, quick message for all the SB Nation people. Hey, Vendetta Sports Media will happily take you, and I'll teach you people how to actually blog. Like, there's a reason why you guys are going under. I used to work for another page like that called Fansided. They're about the same, do the same kind of thing, just different.
Yeah.
It's like Microsoft and Apple, kind of the same thing. SB Nation Fansided. I'll teach you guys how to blog. You guys are failing for a reason. You guys are getting laid off for a reason. Don't let it happen anymore. Just come over here.
We could use that soccer coverage. Soccer coverage.
know.
I was messaging somebody today. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but I was talking.
Yeah, I don't
want to
get too far into that.
And they
Yeah.
were. I told them like, hey, you would be the primary coverage for MLS right now for the website, and that was a selling point basically. So
Yeah.
I would anticipate by the end of. I think all of those people are under contract through February, regardless. I would assume that we will be adding several. Maybe not several.
There's a lot of messages out there.
It's just really in Vendetta's name that when another company suffers, we gain. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
yeah.
Trey's not going to pretend otherwise. I corked some beers the other night when I saw those people go bankrupt. Absolutely. I want them all to fail.
Ooh.
It's more for us.
Ooh. I know, for real. That's what it is, man.
I mean, people have to be honest. Like these people on Twitter, like, oh, I feel so bad for these people. You don't. You don't feel bad for these people. You don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. I mean,
they don't. They're all fake messages. They go on Twitter, they want to get their piece out, and they're done with it. They never think about it again.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They never think about it again.
If I lost my job, no one would be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you lost your job."
Exactly. I'm just willing to be honest with it, and I'm not only willing to be honest with it, I'm willing to provide a better opportunity for these people, and not only provide a better opportunity for these people, but actually let's start the real revolution. Let's actually start to boycott and recognize the real problems in the sports media industry. And until those people get that, it's never going to change.
Yeah. I know. And like, you got to think, why is SB Nation like probably going underground? It's like probably the quality of the blogs. Like you kind of mentioned, well, you'll teach them how to blog, but you know, people are getting tired of the cookie cutter shit.
Well, you know what's even funnier, Chickster? So I emailed with one of the guys today. He sent me some view numbers, and this is SB Nation. They've been around for a long time. They're under like millions of dollar corporation, like, and they're really, I mean, they're not really paying people a lot, but they've been around a long time, and they have a lot of employees, resources, social media. They get less views than us.
Don't doubt it. Don't doubt the method, man.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah,
their pages are getting less views than us.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I mean, that's why they're getting laid off.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, they're spending too much money and not getting enough money back. And so, I mean, I don't know.
They're getting less. Garrett, do you realize that they're getting less views than us?
Imagine the traction they could get on a site that gets more views.
Crazy. It's all about
I couldn't even believe that when he sent me the view numbers. I was like, wait a minute, this is SB Nation. How are they doing worse than me?
Did you tell her did you tell her like we do better than that? Like we have better view numbers?
No, I don't reveal that shit.
No.
I gave him a rough estimate of what he would make, but I don't tell him.
Yeah.
Trey doesn't kiss and tell.
Oh no. That's the biggest difference between me and that other idiot at Barstool. Did you ever see
so many?
You ever
There's
see
so
that?
Many.
There's a lot of idiots at Barstool.
You ever see Jeff Nadeau's, who we almost hired, Twitter account?
No.
It's just him like he tries to act like he's landing all these chicks. It's like, dude, like, do you really want to be a girl and then be exposed the next day for hooking up with him online? It's like, do you really want to be advertising that?
But like, even then, it's just like when you're doing that, you're making yourself look worse.
Yes,
like, you look like a fucking douchebag.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes,
like it's just
I'm in the mud and I stay in the mud, and it never gets told.
Yeah, like it's just like no, you don't do that. You're making yourself look bad. They're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oof, that's tough. Yeah.
Okay, I got one more.
Fuck SB Nation. So, you know.
I got one more thing before we get to the games.
Gotcha.
It's no big deal if this first episode's a little bit longer. It's the first one.
Well, you got a lot of things to talk about.
True.
Fuck the Carolina Hurricane fans. That's all I got to say. Fuck the Carolina Hurricanes
Damn.
fans. They got about
Damn.
16 more hours until this curse gets placed. Can you
What?
believe not one Hurricane fan has come out and said that it was a bad trade for Pacioretty? Not one.
Bastards.
Sure, I know. Dinkelberg, like fuck. I just can't believe I can't believe you're talking about Julian like this.
Here's what really pushed me over the edge. I wasn't going to let their fans bother me, but when they started sending me mental health links, fuck them. Fuck them.
Yo,
When they started,
That's next level.
when they started sending me mental health links, fuck those people. Fuck those people.
Bro, that's I'm plugging that one in.
I gotta use that one. I gotta use
gotta
that
use
one.
that.
That is great.
Holy
that is
shit,
fantastic.
that's
I'm
so
sorry.
good.
I know it's to you, Trey, but that is a fantastic.
Now that's clever as shit. That's so
No,
funny.
I'm not saying that like you can't ever do that, but the fact that I was getting bombarded with mental health links, holy fuck, man. I mean, these people are just inbred fucks. They are the worst.
Got a good
and
sense of humor on him though.
You know what's even funnier? I'm not gonna totally say what it is, but if you go to the bio of all the people, 80% of them have the same profession, a profession that doesn't let you have critical thinking skills. So I'm not gonna rip on this profession. I don't think that's necessary. But all of those people, if you go to their bio, they do about the same thing, and you're not allowed to think for yourself. You're not allowed to have critical thoughts. It's fall in line, do what you're told. Those are the people that are commenting and sending me shit.
Well, I thought you were gonna say OnlyFans for forever now, but
No,
I guess it's not that.
those people. Not those people. Not allowed to have critical thinking skills. Do what you're told. I just don't have patience for the fanboy shit.
I just don't know what he's talking about. So, Garrett, I'm gonna let you look.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't think it's necessary for me to rip on this profession. I am not hating on these people. I'm just pointing out the fact that a lot of the people may not come out the same, and they just don't know how to think for themselves.
I just want to know what the profession is. We don't have to rag.
We don't need to say it on camera because I don't want to rip on the profession itself. It's just a lot of the people that come out of it, they kind of have issues. So, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm picking up what you're stepping in.
It's just.
Did you send it to me? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
They don't really fall in line, do what you're told. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Kind of thing.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
It's and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just you're allowed to think. You know, you're allowed to criticize your team. You're allowed to criticize your team if they make a bad trade. So I just want to point that out. Like,
I'm sorry.
It's maybe a worse alternative to not pay Dougie Hamilton, who made the All-Star team, than to give that same money to Max Pacioretty to sit on IR. Like, you're maybe allowed to acknowledge that.
I'm sorry. I was laughing because Garrett was very confident that he knew, and then he just texted me. He's like, "Okay, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I just sent it in the chat."
Correct.
So I didn't. Okay, got it. Sounds good. No,
Okay,
you said something, and I was just like, I texted
it.
Alex, and I was like, maybe I don't know what it is.
It's nothing against the profession itself. It's just there's a lot of people, they have issues, and they don't know how to think for themselves afterwards.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Sorry, that just made me laugh. I read that text and I just started laughing. But you know, I can't really talk much about hockey.
And again, I like the Hurricanes. I'm a big fan of the Hurricanes, but these people, I think they've gone too far. And
I've been to Carolina.
Nice place.
North Carolina. It's
North Carolina is interesting.
I've been to Carolina as well. In fact, I'm playing. Eventually, I'm gonna go to a Canes game and I'm gonna wear a fuck Pacioretty hat or shirt or something.
That'll go well.
Well, you know, they're gonna love you there.
I love their franchise. So.
And then under he says, "Careful, I bench 185 or I curl 185."
It's there's a QR code on the corner and people scan it. It's just him.
He's like, "Watch out! Watch out!"
Hey, by the way, I don't know if you're a believer in the signs and the curses and shit, but the Tennessee Titans, not a lot of good things have happened to them since that curse.
Are you talking about the Blue Moon one?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Someone just buy him a case of beer.
That's all I want. Just one Tennessee Titans fan to buy me a case of beer. I'll lift the curse.
So it doesn't even have to be that certain guy anymore. Just any of them.
Any Titan fan wants to lift the curse. I need a Venmo transaction. That's it. I'll buy the case of beer myself.
Yeah, no, good luck with that one.
Think about all the bad things that have happened to the Tennessee Titans since I put that curse on them, though.
I still have Derrick Henry. That's about
They
it.
traded away AJ Brown. They gave away this basically the same pick for Julio Jones. It's not looking good.
They traded away AJ Brown for AJ Brown Jr.
I mean, he's not. I don't think he's going to be close to AJ Brown.
They have the same build at least, and it's funny because his comp coming out was AJ Brown. That was the joke.
I think AJ Brown's a little bit more of like a freak show than Burks is.
No, I couldn't tell you. Traylon Burks did, but until they get rid of Tannehill, I can't.
No, I'm just saying, like, think about what AJ Brown looks like with his shirt off. He's a little bit of an alien. Like,
is that what you do? You just remember how dudes look with their shirt off?
I remember very vividly what DK Metcalf and AJ Brown look like next to each other when they're flexing. You ever see that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I think of that photo, I also think of the side-by-side comparison with Mac Jones. These two guys are NFL players. One looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and one looks like he's chiseled out of literal stone.
Hey, yeah. Hunter Renfrow made it.
Well, yeah, good for him. Can't buy an Uber, but
so the Carolina Hurricane fans, I don't know how they're not nervous. They're gonna get hit with the curse, and I don't want to do it, but I don't feel like I have a choice.
So you're just gonna do Julian like that?
It's not about it. Actually, if he would just comment on the video and say the Pacioretty trade was a bad trade, I won't put the curse.
Julian, if you're listening, you know what you have to do.
Yeah,
one person. I mean, Chickster, how hard would it be to just say it was a bad trade? Have you seen some of the comments I've gotten?
You know, I struggle with saying I'm wrong.
I don't think I've ever heard him say it.
I've
known the dude for like 12 years or something. I don't think I've ever heard him say it once.
The biggest problem I have with it is, had he thrived, and we already got several of these tweets when the tweet happened, because he was traded for nothing. He was traded for future considerations. And my point was, it was just a bad contract. He never plays. I will happily take nothing over having $7 million dead dollars on the books. They didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
He played 2 games, tore his Achilles twice. They have $7 million dead dollars on the books. Why won't they just say it was a bad trade? We shouldn't have did that. That's it. And they've let good players walk in free agency. Tony D'Angelo, they let go. Nino Niederreiter, they let go. Vincent Trocheck, they let go. Dougie Hamilton, they let go. They could have paid any of them.
What are they doing?
Bozos.
I only know Tony D'Angelo. That's the only one I knew.
Hey, Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, Tony.
He's on my team.
Oh,
you want to trade?
I ain't gonna lie. I haven't even been keeping up with it. I'm not gonna lie.
How is
you still have a
Chickster's
chance to make the playoffs?
Do I really?
You have a slight chance. You gotta run off a couple wins here, but you have a chance.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna update that.
Who has a better fantasy hockey team, Chickster or Emma Brown?
Chickster.
I had a whole method going in there, and really, my method I came up 2 minutes before the draft.
He still has too many goalies, but that's all right.
No, it's called versatility. Okay.
Yeah, but you can only start 2 goalies.
Depth.
That's okay. I picked up goalies late though, so I have to have, you know what I mean? Gotta have. It's like running backs. If I don't have a good running back, I gotta have a committee going. You know what I mean? It's a goalie committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them's gonna hit eventually.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have anything else to add on that?
Oh, big stretch by Max in the background.
I don't have much to say about hockey. It's good sport. Wish I could get into it more, but I do not.
Okay. Well, by tomorrow there will be a curse placed on the franchise. Just one person. Just, if any of them have some dignity, just one.
What time?
It's like 1:00 tomorrow or something like that.
1:00 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first.
One person. Just say that they were wrong about the trade. That's it. And an apology to the Golden Knights would be, nice too.
I don't know if you're gonna get an apology. You might be pushing it.
No, I didn't even ask for that. I just said one person to admit it was a bad trade. That's it. One person. Just admit it was a bad
Okay,
trade.
You heard that, right? Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy. I feel like I'm being
You did
gaslighted.
just say an apology would be nice.
Yeah, it would. It would be nice.
That's what I just said. I said one thing at a time, and then you said, well, and then I was just like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, if they had dignity, they would have already done it.
Dang,
I
so you're
just don't know
saying
why-
Julian doesn't have dignity? That's crazy.
I'm just being gaslighted.
I'm not saying anything. It could be any Canes fan.
I just can't believe you're calling out Julian like that.
I am
like
a Canes fan.
The cane sauce is good. I mean, like I can,
A walking cane's helpful sometimes.
Okay.
All right,
Let's get to the
walking
games.
cane.
Let's get to the games and close this out. Let's get to the games and close
Yeah.
this out. How about that last play for the Cowboys?
Oof.
Since, Booze Guy Andrew didn't do it properly, because I put in the NFL Slack, hey, someone do a post on Zeke getting pile drived. Instead, he turned it into a game recap that was 16 hours old. But, we just
Some people think too much.
I want to know who on the Cowboys staff has made the decision to call these plays the last two postseasons. The final play of the game is just absolute buffoonery.
Do you think the boys were just, cooking that shit up in practice? Like, hey, we're gonna run this play every day, last day of practice.
Is this a Kellen Moore thing?
I think it is.
Maybe it was a Zeke play. He's always wanted to line up at center.
I don't know.
He wants to show off his versatility in the pass block game.
I don't think Kellen Moore is a bad offensive coordinator, but I do think he has a tendency to outsmart himself sometimes. Kind of like Brandon Staley a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like he just like you remember there was I think it was like 16 seconds, and
book smart, not street smart kind of guys.
I want to say it was like last year, like 16 seconds, and they ran a QB draw out of the shotgun. Got a lot of yards out of it, but then don't have no timeouts. You have to have time to spike the ball. Like it's just not very you know what I'm saying? Those are just type of decisions that you just outsmart yourself on. This shit was Zeke. It's like, why not just run a fucking play?
Get somebody to the outside.
Like just run a fucking you have CeeDee Lamb, okay? You probably should get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. Like run a fucking play.
They were trying to force it to him, it seemed, that the last two drives. Dax seemed to make it an effort to try to get it in his hands.
Well, he should be the first read, but I'm not saying you got to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I
was trying to think of this today.
Okay.
Has any athlete gone out worse than Zeke? Like, that's probably his last game as a Cowboy.
Le'Veon Bell.
That is a close alternative for sure.
You think Le'Veon Bell went out worse than Zeke?
Absolutely.
But I feel like his Steelers times were positive, kind of, not?
Well, Zeke had positive times too.
But this last year with Dallas was rough for Zeke.
Well, man, I think it was worse with Le'Veon Bell. Like Le'Veon Bell had a good season, bet on himself, sat out the entire year, and then didn't get paid. Went to the Jets, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And
how
then
about
just
a final on the field moment? The best on the field moment would be Andrew Whitworth playing his last game and retiring. This is last game pile drive Zeke.
He's not playing no more? He's not going to go
You think he's going to be back on Dallas next year?
Not in Dallas. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm saying he'll be somewhere.
Final moment with a team.
Oh, yeah, that might be pretty bad. That might be pretty
Who
bad.
wants to pay that contract, though?
I think he's going to get cut, and he's going to have to sign for the minimum, or he's going to have to retire, either or.
Nah, he won't retire.
He won't retire.
He'll find a way on a team somewhere.
You know what? Though I never like admitting when Scott's right, but he was right about the running back thing.
Absolutely.
I hate saying that. Basically, overpaying running backs is really bad. Or giving running backs big contracts is.
He basically believes 5th, 6th, 7th round of your running backs, you don't pay them, and then you recycle them.
Which is not a bad plan.
Might as well,
honestly. Unless you have a Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey kind of shit. Is anyone
Yeah, that was one of my whole thoughts with the 49ers. It's why didn't you just pick McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Was Solomon Thomas so high on your board to the point where, well, we really like McCaffrey. He's almost perfect for our system, but we've already traded down with the Bears from 2 to 3. Why are you not taking McCaffrey at that point?
Yeah.
How high could Solomon Thomas have been on their board to where they pass on McCaffrey and then years later take him when they've already gotten the best years out of him? Like that, I don't know.
I mean, he's still balling right now.
Yeah, he's still great, but why didn't they just pick him?
You're asking me this when we picked Darius Hayward-Bay over Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, but at least that made sense to Al Davis. Like Kyle Shanahan, he picks a running back in the third round every single year.
I feel like that's you should nowadays. Like I think that's the move.
He picked Trey Sermon. He picked Davis Price. He picked Joe Williams. Like he could have just taken McCaffrey years ago instead of Solomon Thomas and never spent all those third round picks on running backs that never made his team.
Like Robinson, like the Robinson from Texas, like I think he's the guy that you need to take early if you really want him, and he could probably.
I'm not sure I'd take him in the first round.
I'm not taking him in the first round.
I think he's good. I think he's good.
I'm not taking him in the first round.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not.
My
Unless
opinion
like
is
the
different,
Eagles.
and I had the same opinion that Najee Harris should have went in the first round, and I was wrong about that. So maybe I'm wrong about this, but
I think if you're the only team that needs a running back, maybe.
I think you have to walk on water as a running back to go in the first round.
Well, not a lot of people. Well, Jesus isn't playing football, so.
Chris Johnson was walk on water good. Like
Okay.
I knew I was getting a 2,000-yard season, and he was also catching passes. Like I will spend my first round pick there.
I think it's not crazy for the Eagles to pick him in the first round.
or
Late
or-
20s.
yeah,
I
I
wouldn't.
don't think
don't
that's
think
crazy
that's
at
crazy.
all.
That's not crazy.
And you get a 5th-year option on him, which if the tread's not there anymore and he's just not living up, then you can decline the option.
I like Josh Jacobs. But
think
looking
Kenneth
back on it,
Gainwell's
Josh
pretty
Jacobs
good.
we had too many problems for us to pick Josh Jacobs in the first round.
They got Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, and
Oh
Boston
my God.
Scott. It's not a bad
What am I
group.
thinking?
Boston
No.
Scott is a giant killer, so you could just plug him in only when the Giants play. He'll get you 80 yards and a touchdown. So
All right, there's 14 weeks left to go.
No.
See,
I
running
don't.
back by committee.
Yeah.
I don't. No. I'm not a big Miles Sanders.
No, I agree with Alex that I think if he's there when Philadelphia picks,
late 20s.
I don't
Late
want. I
20s,
don't think I'd do
in
that.
the 20s.
you could get pretty good draft capital for
What
Kenneth Gainwell, I think, and just have a two-headed monster of Robinson and Miles Sanders.
But
That's
this
nasty.
also how like depends on how Eagles offseason goes. Like not to get too much into it, but they got a lot of upcoming free agents. Like, if they handle all that, yeah, then running back's pretty much one of their only.
I think they
needs,
need a
but
linebacker.
Fuck, the Raiders need a linebacker. I've been trying to get one
Raiders
for
need
years.
fucking talent.
All right, relax. Yes.
Hey, I just defended you guys in an article recently.
Another defensive back for Philadelphia would be nice.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like if you could add Joey Porter to them, yeah.
I like the Eagles offense. The Eagles look really good right now. They look really good.
How about any final thoughts on that San Francisco Dallas game?
I just can't believe Brock Purdy is the future franchise quarterback for the 49ers.
Hey, can we talk about this? Because Trey, tell me your thoughts on this. Okay, so me, Garrett, and then
I should have said to fucking keep timestamps. Damn it.
That's okay. But me, Garrett, I'm talking. Me, Garrett, Mark, and my brother, we're in a group chat, and they're like saying, well, if fucking big cock Brock goes to the fucking Super Bowl, is he rookie of the year?
No.
Thank you. I just want. I thought that was crazy.
No, he's not rookie of the year.
He's not bad. I think he's a game manager though. Like I don't. Like he does what he's supposed to do.
That was him at Iowa State. Like he was a 4-year starter at Iowa State. He won a bowl game. Iowa State was in the mix of the Big 12, but like he went in the 7th round, and he probably should have went in the 7th round.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not. He's just
a real quick side tangent. Apparently, according to the Dallas Morning News, Zeke wants to stay in Dallas and is willing to take a pay cut. So
that's actually that's actually the smartest thing he's ever done.
well, and apparently Dallas also wants to franchise tag Tony Pollard, so they might run it back next year with those two.
Yeah,
That's probably his best bet. He will
I'm
make
just
the
glad
most
he's
money if he
accepting
just
the
takes a
RB2
haircut
rule.
in his current contract.
Yeah, he's just
that's the
taking
smartest thing he
running
ever
back
did.
2 rule.
Jerry
running
Jones would
back
probably
2.
cave and do that too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you think when Brock Purdy wins the job starting next year, what do they do with Trey Lance?
Trade him.
But that's horrible. They traded what, 3 firsts for him?
You know what's even crazier? They
Well,
could
if
have
he can't beat
sat
Brock
there.
Purdy,
They could have sat there at 12 and taken Micah Parsons.
You know what's what's crazy? What's crazy is that what was it? One was that Joe Burrow's year?
That was Lawrence's year.
Trevor Lawrence, right? And then why was Zach Wilson and Trey Lance like the next guys?
You know what's crazy? If you had just not picked a quarterback that year, you got like a home run slam dunk pick. Like nobody missed in that draft.
Yeah, except those guys.
Nobody missed.
Yeah.
I think the worst pick in that like top 12 is Devontae Smith, and he's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's a great pick. Like I don't like. No one really talks about him because AJ Brown's there, but fuck, he's still a good player.
San Francisco. Could you imagine their defense if they had Parsons with Bosa on the other side? Oh my god,
that's disgusting.
Well,
those two guys would average 50
that's the
sacks
craziest
a year.
thing about San Francisco. There's an alternate universe out there where they had just not made obvious mistakes. Wow, they probably would have won with Brock Purdy. And maybe they still will.
They don't keep Trey Lance on the roster.
I wouldn't.
But how high is the stock right now?
What would you trade for him?
Fuck.
Let me be San Francisco. You're the Raiders. Offer me a trade.
The Raiders
You don't have a quarterback right now, so let's see what.
Fuck! Don't remind me, okay?
Okay,
don't fucking remind me, okay? Fuck.
Go get one.
But like we haven't seen anything from Trey Lance. Is anyone really like confident that Trey Lance is like? I'm not dogging on the guy, but there's no way he still has that high of a draft.
But it could be like if you're San Francisco, you might have to think of it as well. Basically, what the Falcons did with Matt Ryan. We know he has nothing left. Let's just trade him and see what we can get. They got a third-round pick.
I'll give you a fifth.
The third-round pick was better than whatever Matt Ryan provided this year for the Colts.
I'll give you a fifth.
A fifth? I can't.
Yeah, see, that's not great. What has he shown?
Carson Wentz got traded for a first.
That's Carson Wentz, who took the Eagles, got the Eagles to a really high seed, and then got
Sam Darnold went for a 2.
Okay. But Trey Lance had. How many games did Trey Lance play? Like 3?
1, I think, right? 1 as a starter. I think he has 1 start.
You can't tell me that his draft or his market, that his value is very high right now.
It has to be because San Francisco spent so much draft capital on it.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather have him or Richardson next year?
Richardson.
But you're only saying that because he hasn't been in the league.
Fair.
Like if you take Richardson, he's going to be on the Lance plan. He's not playing right away.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Well, yeah, no, you can't start Anthony Richardson.
You can't start him next year.
No,
you can't.
No, you can't.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what the Raiders are going to do. I'm still waiting.
How about something on Dak Prescott?
Got to trade him.
He's the black Derek Carr.
I thought you were going to say
Dallas should trade him.
Kirk Cousins, because him and Kirk Cousins are the same.
They're in the same. They are all 3 of those guys are in the same category. Is that crazy?
No,
that's not crazy. They're all the same player.
They're the same guy.
They're the same player.
They're middle round picks that have developed into nice stories and are capable starters. But this is where their ride ends all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's always close but no cigar kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I will say the delusional fan with me always thought Derek Carr was going to lead us to the promised land.
I know.
Shit, he was going to until his knee decided to give up on him.
That was a very good year.
He was going to win MVP that year.
We were one play.
I wrote a post that he should have won MVP.
Oh, he should have. Absolutely. No one can convince me otherwise. It's a shame that he didn't win MVP
And Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz deserves that MVP that year too.
as well. Josh McCown.
All right, we got to
Fucking
move to
Josh
the next
McCown.
game. We're going so long here already.
We just like to talk to each other.
I know.
I
How
enjoy
about-
y'all's company.
Giants, Eagles.
The Giants did what they were supposed to do. They beat the Vikings, and no one expected them to
Were
win.
they supposed to beat the Vikings?
Yes.
That's what I wanted them to do, is beat the Vikings.
Were they supposed to win more than 5 games?
No. I would say they weren't supposed to win more than 7.
yeah.
But
Chad has
Yeah.
already sent me about 10 texts saying that he like 600 million Daniel Jones. Like he just keeps Giants extend Daniel Jones. He wants that so bad.
I don't. Me and Garrett differ on this because we were talking about this the other day, but like talking about Daniel Jones getting extended. Why? I don't think he's good.
Why wouldn't they, if they wanted to keep him, why not just pay up for the 5th-year option? Like, I feel like they've already made their choice, and it's too late to do anything else.
But I can understand that because we denied Josh Jacobs 5th-year option.
Too late. He's gone. Send him goodbye.
They're going to franchise him.
You've made your choice. You've made your choice.
Traded him as a deadline.
Anyway.
The reason they didn't give the 5th-year option to Daniel Jones is because there was a new coaching staff coming in.
You've made your choice.
But what's wild to me is that everyone thinks Daniel Jones can play because Brian DeBole's the head coach. When really Daniel Jones
he had his best year.
Of course, he's a
Chickster.
really good coach.
Breaking news. Did you say a name correctly?
Brian DeBole?
No.
Yeah, I think he did.
It's Daboll.
I think it's the ball.
I've never heard any other human aside from Alex call him Daboll.
It's a French name, right?
I'm pretty sure it's Brian Daboll.
It's the bull. It's the French name. We gotta look this up. I think you said it correctly.
Oh yeah. Give me my flowers, bitches.
That's breaking news. You said it. I think you said a name right.
All in a day's work. So we all said it wrong. Is it Dabble?
Apparently, it's Google has it as Dabble.
That can't be right. That would be Dabble.
Look up a video of someone saying Brian DeBole.
I'm on it.
Well, you're not going past that.
I have an ad. My bad.
How about anything else on this Eagles game?
They extend Daniel Jones.
To me,
that's my thought on it.
Nothing about that game was surprising to me.
Why extend Daniel Jones?
Did you hear it? He said
Hey,
Daboll.
Oh.
He said that himself?
Listen.
He said Daboll.
Listen.
Who's saying that right now, though?
Pleasure that we welcome in the new head coach of the New York Football Giants, Brian Daboll, joins us. And
what if he got it wrong?
They would have went over that before they went live, Trey.
You think?
DeBole.
Yes.
It's Brian DeBole.
My biggest takeaway from that game, Jalen Hurts is a stud now. Extend Daniel Jones.
I just don't see why you extend Daniel Jones.
I don't see why you don't.
Daniel Jones sucked the last 4 years.
He showed extreme progression now that he has a competent head coach.
I think that's just. You remember when Mitch Trubisky thought they thought Mitch Trubisky was good? It's because Matt Nagy was
he had the smoke and mirrors for about 8 games.
Yeah, and then now I see the same similar. I don't think Daniel Jones can play. You can't just say one good year.
Those two situations are different because the NFL is transitioning to more athletic quarterbacks. Mitch can't run at all, where Daniel Jones is a huge threat.
Trubisky isn't a bad runner. Not like a. I mean,
okay, if it's 3rd and 8 and you have a quarterback scrambling out of the pocket to get a first down, you want Mitch or Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones. But
he
can run better than Matt Ryan.
Well, I can run better than Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not asking the right question. How long are you extending for, and how much?
3 years.
Ooh,
that's too much.
He's not going to take a 2-year deal.
I know.
I would do 1 and 1.
No shot. He's doing a
one.
1-1.
Like I would get 1 year deal for sure. You can get out on the 1 year. Explore other options at QB.
I'm doing a
I'd
3-year deal for $60 million, team option 3rd year.
I'd
every
tag
day of
him
the
and
week.
say, "Hey, go ahead, shop yourself."
Because at $20 million a year, he's still middle of the pack in average salary for starting quarterbacks in the league.
Why not just if you thought there was even a prayer, take the 5th-year option?
Why didn't Vegas do the 5th-year option on Josh Jacobs?
Oh, he shouldn't have been a first-round pick in the first place.
That's true.
But also, I don't see why you extend Daniel Jones. I don't. I think that was a masterclass. I think it was a masterclass.
So then they completely reset at quarterback and they transition back to a 4-win team for the next 3 or 4 years. Who do they get this year?
Brian Dable just showed that he can win with Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Who's the starting quarterback for the Giants
and
next year?
No wide receiver core.
Who's the starting quarterback?
Well, fuck. Whenever the Raiders find one, let me know. I'm still waiting on that one.
We're not talking about Vegas. We're talking about the Giants.
Everything's about the Vegas.
They let Daniel Jones walk. That's great. He signs with the Jets or something.
I'm not saying so if he walks away, you're heartbroken about it?
No, I'm not a Giants fan. But I'm defending my stance on it, and I'm trying to understand who's the starting quarterback next year. What's the plan?
I'm saying though, if he's the plan, 1 or 2 years, if he I'm not going to cry over Daniel.
If they're extending him, they got to have an out. They got to have an out.
They have to.
A team option in the 3rd year. That's what we are saying the same thing.
No,
I'm giving him
I wouldn't give him 3 years.
I'm giving him
2 years.
Stop! I'm giving him a 2-year deal with a team option for the 3rd year. So if he sucks after 2 years, then you're good. No, I'm giving him 2 years.
What if I give him a 6-game contract?
If he's
6-game contract cut it?
If he sucks next year, that's great. He can still start the year after, and you draft your quarterback and then let him sit for a year.
Why not draft one this year?
Because they're not in a position to take one.
There's
no quarterback sitting there.
They can
take
the
next
UCLA
year. They got guys coming next year. Next year they got guys coming.
So you do a 1-on-1 deal. Thank you.
You are choosing to not listen to what I'm saying. Okay. It's crazy.
Let's do the Bengals and Bills.
All right.
I cannot believe that Cincinnati, with 3 backup offensive linemen, found a way to get Joe Mixon 105 rushing yards on 20 attempts. How the fuck did they do that?
The Bills didn't look good last week.
No.
They got killed on both lines of scrimmages. Totally killed.
The Bills barely beat the Dolphins with Skylar Thompson at QB. The Dolphins win that game.
They lost this game because they can't run the ball, and Cincinnati just totally shoved it down their throat.
Yeah. I don't know. The Bills didn't, man, after watching the Bills and the Dolphins, I was just I picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, but after I watched that game, I was I just don't see them.
They gave up 5.1 yards a carry to Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon with 3 backup offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Could Buffalo be in play at the end of the first round for Robinson, do you think?
I think
James Cook.
I think they need to take linemen. I think the Bills need offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
I think they need defensive linemen.
That was one of the worst run defenses I've ever seen. What what happened to their defense?
I don't know.
You could have ran through those holes.
Oh well, Chickster can do a lot of things.
Jackson Carman was lighting people up. He didn't play all year.
Yeah. I don't. That was a really bad game. It was evident, as the season was going on, the Bills weren't where they needed to be. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the year,
they fell apart when they lost Von Miller.
I think that hurt a lot.
Yeah, that completely changed the course of the season.
Yeah.
Because they came out there with week 1, Von Miller. They were Rams weren't the same, but holy shit.
He was an assassin. He didn't even play the entire game, but when he played, he made a difference. He was an assassin.
He was nasty. The Bills looked nasty at the beginning of the year and then just kind of trailed off, and I don't know.
I saw a lot of tweets last night calling for McDermott's job, and I thought that was a bit dramatic.
Ooh.
That's a bit dramatic.
I agree.
That's some Raiders ass shit right there.
I agree. I'm not even a fan of the defensive head coach, but I think he's done way more than enough to keep his job.
Yeah. You don't fire a guy like that.
Yeah.
Because he'll get a job tomorrow. He'd get a job the next day.
There's no question.
Okay.
That's tough.
Last game. Oh, we already did all the games. Oh, no. Chiefs, Jaguars.
Fuck the Chiefs.
When Mahomes got hurt, I really thought Jacksonville was going to somehow pull it off.
I was hoping so.
When Mahomes first twisted his ankle and came out of the game, I really thought Jacksonville was going to figure it out.
Chad Henne didn't play bad, though.
That was the drive that killed them.
It's because Andy Reid pulled out the old dusty Alex Smith playbook. Out from the basement and went and all the dust went everywhere. And he was like, "This is the new playbook."
If they stop that 98-yard drive by Henne, I think they win.
Maybe. Chinese farmer. But is Mahomes he's a system QB, right? If Chad Henne can
Okay.
No one. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we hit all our bases. I just want to make sure.
Do you have a pick for this upcoming week?
I think the Bengals can win.
I hate
picking against the Chiefs because the Chiefs.
Yeah, but
I was going to say I actually feel very confident the Bengals are going to win.
I think they will. I think they look good, man. They're peaking at the right moment. They look really good right now. The Eagles look really good. They've been look really good. Like, I don't know.
I think the Eagles game is going to be closer.
I think the Bengals and Eagles game is going to be really good. Like, is that like Super Bowl wise?
Those are the only two games on. So
Cincinnati is a 1-point favorite as it stands right now.
Yeah,
on the road.
Yep.
I just want Mahomes drug tested to make sure they didn't give him no illegal drugs.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be worse this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going to be sore.
The adrenaline's gone, and his ankle's this big right now.
Yeah.
High ankle sprains are no joke. That's like
I think he's going to be worse this week than he was during the game.
It's like a 4-week recovery time, isn't it? And the cold? Oh, you get one bad hit in the cold?
Cincinnati actually has like some guys up front. Like DJ Reader and Trey Hendrickson are going to give him problems.
Yeah.
He's not just going to run away.
No, it's going to be good. I don't like the Bengals, or I don't like the Chiefs anyway, so I'd rather watch Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. That would be a great fucking game.
Can I say one more thing before we close out?
Yeah.
Can someone just acknowledge that like Joe Burrow has good guys to throw to? Like, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's awesome. He's fucking great. But like, man, he's got some dudes on his team.
He's got 2 number ones.
Yeah.
T. Higgins could go anywhere right now and be number 1.
I think I would take their 1-2 over anybody.
Probably. I can't think of another receiving core that is that good.
Like, I'm just saying because nobody has said this. Like, if we're gonna talk about people that have help, I think I'd take his guys. I think I'd take his guys over anybody else.
Would you take them over Hill and Waddle?
Yeah.
I think they have the best top 3. I think a lot
top 3, absolutely.
There's really
Who's
good
3
tandems.
is better than Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, like that's the difference maker right there. A lot of people can be on the same level as Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but Tyler Boyd really is forgotten, but he's a really good wide receiver as well. Like, you know what I mean? And so I think that's often forgotten. I think there's a lot of like 2 wide receiver tandems that can fuck with those guys, but that difference is that third wide receiver.
Yeah.
Plus, even though you don't really like Hayden Hurst has been playing really well as well. And so
it's not that I don't like Hayden Hurst. It's the fact that they tried to take him in the first round when he was like 25 years old at the time. Like there was no upside there.
Could you imagine that offense if they had a young athletic tight end? Not to say necessarily like Kyle Pitts per se.
If I was them, I would say Atlanta. Here's my one. Send him over.
I mean, I hope Kyle Pitts gets some fucking targets next year.
If you're Atlanta, why wouldn't you just start trading guys?
I wouldn't trade Kyle Pitts.
Just trade him to me, Garrett. Just trade Kyle Pitts.
I'm just not doing that.
I just don't.
I'm not trading Kyle Pitts to save my life.
If you were Atlanta, and I said, "Hey, Cincinnati calling. Here's my 2023 first and 2024 first. Send them over."
Yeah.
You have to take it.
You have to take that.
God, and that offense is nasty.
2 firsts for Kyle Pitts is crazy.
But if you're Cincinnati,
I don't know. if you send it
Fuck
to
them
Cincinnati.
picks.
Yeah.
I don't know about fuck the picks, but
No, that offense is young. They're fine.
Yeah.
They can find some later round guys to fill out the defense. That offense, no one's stopping that offense.
But what kills you with the fuck the picks is when you don't have your second, third, fourth, and fifths, and you're not getting any steals. Then it kills you.
Well,
if you just trade away the ones and then have some good middle round picks, you can survive it.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'd be fine sending the 2 first.
Yeah.
I don't care about the first round picks if I'm getting a talent like Pitts.
You have a couple hits in the second, third, fourth round every year, you're fine. You'll survive those.
Yeah.
No.
All right, are we done?
I think so.
Okay.
You see,
I think it was a good first episode of this, right?
well, it was like half cheese, half like.
I was gonna say I think the daily shows going forward should maybe have less Vendetta talk, more.
But that's what I
focus
want.
on
I want.
sports.
Hey, something went down in the Slack. The people on the daily show
that's
were talking
fine.
about.
That's fine.
That's what I want.
we had a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Yes, this episode had a lot to discuss, but I think that it should be like
But, like-
80% sports, 20% like cheese ed.
60-40.
60-40.
Yeah, if something
weird.
if something's going down, I want.
But what if it's a slow Vendetta day?
Then yeah, that's fine. I want
That's what I think.
because there's too many magical Slack moments or different discussions or whatever that get lost and never ever seen again.
You're true. That's true. I'm part of half of those.
Half's being not generous enough. You're part of like 90% of Slack conversations, and we don't even know how. You're gonna make your way into a WWE chat. We're gonna be talking about the Royal Rumble coming up, and you're gonna find your way into it.
I'm okay on that one.
I can't believe I've even sent more than one message in the WWE chat, but somehow it happened.
Yeah,
Y'all are missing out. Them burning hammer guys cutting promos on each other is electric.
Oh my god! Yes,
That
can we end
shit's
with
electric.
yes? Can we end with this? Are they actually street fighting?
No, well,
No,
It says street
could
fight.
you imagine?
it's a wrestling thing. It's a wrestling thing.
It says Philly street fight in the promo.
What, are they gonna go eat Philly cheesesteaks and just like?
Could you imagine?
It's like a
No,
race to
them
eat the
cutting
Philly-
promos on each other is electric.
It was
That's
one
on
of
the
my
ass
favorite
one
things
was great.
I've ever seen.
I was trying to instigate it, but it wasn't working very well.
I know. I didn't know how to instigate it.
Oh,
Who knew
that's
Mark
all I
Izzo
did.
could cut a promo? Good for him.
I thought Dylan O'Brien's was pretty good.
I missed his. I never saw his.
You
They
got
got they got good promos. Those guys can build a fight. Good for
you know
them.
what the best part about Dylan O'Brien? He's such a WWE guy. Like the whole look about him, the nose
through and
ring,
through.
the long hair. He is totally in that. Like
I bet you he
WWE
puts it back
fan,
in a
it's him.
ponytail.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Good for him.
We need one of each. We need one character for every. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what it is. We need one character for each one.
Alex, you enjoyed your time when you went to the Rumble with me.
No, it was fun. I told
right, I'm
Trey
done
that. I
with
think we
this
talked about.
WWE stuff.
Oh my yeah.
Let's call it.
Is that the burning hammer?
Yes.
Trey,
The wrestling shoes
you're
burning
telling me.
hammer.
Trey, you're telling me. Oh well, you have a bad back. Let's say you got a good back. Okay.
I haven't felt that in a long time, so I'm ready for this.
But if you had a good back and you were invited to do like a WWE thing, would you do it?
How much money am I making?
Normal guest appearance.
How much is that?
I don't know.
I gotta know how much.
Like what? How much is worth it?
How much would I accept?
Yeah.
How long am I in the ring?
A show.
Let's not for one match. Let's say you're in the ring for like 6 minutes.
I'll do it for 20,000.
That's
Dude,
reasonable.
WWE, they call him. Get this man in the ring. He's like, I curl 185.
Is it reasonable or not reasonable? I mean, they should be making money, right?
I think they make more than that.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it depends.
TV? If it's
How
on
much
TV?
does a UFC fighter make in a fight? I mean, it's the same thing.
So, dude, some of those guys get fucking hoed.
Well,
Some of those guys are making 10 and 10, 10 to show, 10 to win. Some of those guys
Okay,
are making
well,
20 grand a fight.
there we go, 20,000.
Well, a lot
Yeah,
of those
but
guys
that's a
have
real
extra
fight,
jobs.
Trey.
So is this.
All right, well, let's end it on that.
I'm gonna make it look like a real fight.
That's you're gonna
Yeah.
shoot fight in there, and that's what's crazy.
Trey, I feel like Trey
What I
would
would
have a
do
fan base because he'd be a
I would
psycho.
immediately punch myself in the face to get people hooked.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
dude, that would be amazing.
He gets tagged in, cuts through the ropes,
Yeah,
blood
would
coming
be-
out of the nose.
that would be my immediate first move in the WWE.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That's all I
It was
want.
like,
That's all I
dude,
want
dude.
now.
yeah, like, can we get Trey to the WWE, please? Time stamp, please. Get him to WWE. I'll
Oh,
watch.
boy.
I'll
All
watch
right, let's go. We're done. You want? Is somebody doing the post? I got to do the post. Uploading.
it. Lost.
Whatever.
All right, this has been the Daily Show. Sub to the channel.